Ladies and gentlemen, 9 p.m. Amsterdam time. Welcome. It is another weekly Sunday close. Today it is the 14th of September. We are today watching a lot of CRO charts. We're going to talk about the news. We're going to talk about what's going to happen next week. Because I think we're going to have another weekly close above 20 cents for CRO. Or potentially below 25 cents. So let's get right into the chat, guys. But first, don't forget to hit the like button and of course strap in for this video. Big hello to Pete, Joseph, I see Beans, Johnny7, Mantic, Gems, so many cool people. Chaotic, of course, talking about boats as always. Welcome, guys. Have a good one. Enjoy. So let's get started here. Let's get started with the big thing today in this video, which of course is CRO going below 25 cents. We made a video yesterday, so if your question is like, hey, Coin Baron, why are we going down? I highly recommend to check out a video. It's called literally Why is CRO Going Down? I think something like that. Posted yesterday, so check that video out. One key takeaway though, we've gone below the 21-day simple moving average. So that's a big thing. At least I do think that's quite a big thing for CRO. You can see how beautifully we held the 21-day here. And it also started the moonshot towards 39 cents. The unfortunate thing though here, ladies and gentlemen, is that we have built very little support and also very little resistance throughout the last pump. You can see, right, we have very little liquidity. So potentially the first level of true support could be about 21 cents. And I'm gonna give some credit where credit is due. I think in the last few weeks, we also seen Pete very adamant about, you know, not this, but about the Fibonacci levels. And if you bring it up, you can see that basically the this is no. I think it should be like this. Anyways, at about 20 cents, we do have the first Fibonacci levels that do show at least some kind of support or resistance. But other than that, ladies and gentlemen, overall, it's still fine. I've been talking about this in the video yesterday as well. I'm a long-term value investor. Like, I have had my tries with short-term trading in 2027, in 2020, and also in 2017. And throughout those cycles, I at least think I've learned a thing or two. And of course, hindsight is 2020. So of course, everyone wished they sold at 39 cents and they bought back at about these levels, right? I think everyone, of course, would love to get some more profit. But I also do accept that I'm no genius, unfortunately. I might look like I'm a genius. I mean, look at me. But no one in here is a true genius, with some exceptions there. There was maybe the 1%, the one viewer out there that did everything perfectly. But I accept I'm no genius, and I'm here I'm waiting for some peak indicators. And we have not yet seen any peak indicators for Bitcoin or for CRO. But what we did see, and I find it quite interesting, is altcoin season. Altcoin season index here, based on the altcoin season index according to the Blockchain Center. So why is it altcoin season? Well, this metric, guys, is determined based on this here, the top 50 performers over the last 90 days, so the last season, the last quarter, basically. And they say, well, basically all the altcoins are outperforming Bitcoin. So yeah, it is altcoin season. But I wouldn't say it's like the typical altcoin season yet that we're used to, like 20% plus days for altcoins, like in 2017, or at least 10% plus days for altcoins in 2021. I think we're not there yet. The question is, will we see some more cooldowns coming in, like here in 2024 or here in 2020, and also in 2024 in November, that was. The question is, why am I thinking about potential pullbacks? And I don't know, of course, guys. I do not know if it's going to happen. But if you take a look here, next week is going to be enormous, in my personal opinion here. We're going to have the next FOMC meeting next Wednesday. I think it's next Wednesday. Yeah, next Wednesday. I will be live streaming that at about this time, I think 1 hour earlier. Oh, yeah, about 1 hour earlier. So then we're going to do the FOMC meeting live. We're going to pull up the chart as well and see what's happening. I think this might be one of the biggest events of this cycle so far. A true start of more rate cuts. We expect up to 75 basis point rate cuts. So this, guys, might be the turning point for altcoins, either into a good direction or into a bad direction. Do I think it's over, though? I don't think it's over. I think the hype is over. And I kind of like that because, honestly, of course, I love to see so many new faces come in, ask about CRO, learn about CRO. And many people learned about CRO. But also those people that came in and left, those are the true tourists. Those are the true tourists. However, every time you might go visit to a country, you go to Spain, you go to Italy, you get a bit of taste of the culture. And some people say, well, I want to be here forever. I want to come back every year. Those tourists, those are like the true loyal, I would say, CRO fam, the upcoming new CRO fam generation. And every time that we get a big pump like that, more and more people will get converted into like holders or at least long-term CRO fam members. So I think, guys, it will only grow. I think it will only grow. And I think especially with moments like this upcoming, the 40-cent pump is only is going to look very small in a few more weeks. So welcome, guys, strap in. This is going to be one of the most monumental weeks so far in crypto for this cycle. So let me know, are you bullish? Are you bearish? Are you selling? Buying? Gonna be honest, it's quite decent. Quite some decent discount now. Quite some decent discount. Are we going lower? I don't know, guys, again. So we might have the 50 week here, or the 50 day. That's going to be interesting. Will we hold the 50 day? We also do have, of course, the 21 week, but the 21 week is way down here. Way down at about 13 cents. So I'm not thinking we're going to revisit the 21 week. That is very, very, very unlikely in my opinion. So welcome. I persuaded my eldest to sell a small portion of his CRO at about 27 cents. He keeps looking at Wolfswap and counting the extra CRO he can buy back whilst the price as it is. That's good, man. I mean, a small trade, small wins, but they definitely do count. Especially the more small wins you get, it will be one big win in the end. Welcome, guys. I see Samurai Arcade. So how much you get? How much you get? How much you expect? What do you expect regarding the cup? I think it's going to be very likely that we will see again 25 basis points. That's the most likely scenario, and I think it's also a healthy scenario. If you get 25%, it's still no. How do you say that? Like, you see, there's a lot of pressure on Jerome Powell to give in to the White House. I think 50 basis point would be giving in to the White House and showing the world, like, hey, guys, we're just listening to Trump. And what we need in this world is a good, independent Federal Reserve. Even though in this occasion, Trump might have been right. Maybe it was too late, Powell, again and again. But again, I think it's also somewhat worth some praise for Jerome. Now, he's watching very carefully. It's not like, you know, it's not a small thing, the American economy. And especially because the American economy is basically determining so many things worldwide, and these days also crypto. So yeah, I'm expecting 25 basis points in this session. The question is, where will we end the year? Where will you end the year? And also, will we see some more quantitative easing? Do we see some actual money printing? The M2 money supply is growing worldwide, globally. But will we see some more printing also by the Fed? I think that will be very interesting to see. What are they going to say during the FOMC minutes, during the speech? I think that's also, guys, why I will be live streaming is not because the 25 basis points. That's kind of, I think, now priced in. It has been priced in. That's also why Bitcoin is going to have a great weekly close. I want to go back to the chat, guys, in a minute, but first I need to show you why Bitcoin is doing so fabulously now. Bitcoin, I think this is the wrong chart. Unfortunate. It's unfortunate. Let me quickly bring up a different chart for Bitcoin. It might be this one. I think it's this one. Yeah. This is great, ladies and gentlemen. This so far is a breakout out of this, you could say, megaphone structure. So you can see, like in the previous cycle, we have 2 touches on the lower trend line, 2 touches here, and we go up. Same thing happened for Bitcoin once more. 2 touches and a move to the upside. So I do believe that if it's not going to be a fake out like we also had here, this can be very promising. This can be a further move, guys, into a new all-time high. I still believe 150k for Bitcoin is in the cards. I think 150k might even be somewhat bearish, but I think it's a realistic target. And by the way, talking about realistic targets, for the members out there now, there is still the video live with the CRO price prediction. So check it out if you haven't and if you remember. And also don't forget to join the Discord. So there we can have some actual discussions. Marcel saying it's manipulated. Why do you think Democrats get fired? You think the data? I don't know. I haven't looked into the personnel itself. I haven't looked into the personnel himself. What's up, Ultra? Fitting Crypto is collecting some CRO now and leveling up on the way down. That's very nice, sir. I mean, it's better to get in while the price is going lower, I guess, than going up, because you will get less CRO for the same money. Peter's talking about 175 to 225 for Bitcoin specifically. It could happen. I've seen some analysts like Bernstein. Bernstein is expecting 200,000 for Bitcoin. 200,000 end of the year. So Bernstein is one of the bigger Wall Street companies. They're bullish. Many Wall Street companies now have been basically turned into Bitcoin maxis. CDC is waiting for the cut to release stablecoin news. I think Samurai onto something here. We mentioned this a few times, but guys, there's a pattern. Go back every Tuesday so far. Every Tuesday in the last 3 weeks, Crypto.com announced something big. Maybe again this Tuesday, when we are anticipating that Fed rate cut, maybe they're doing something great again. Who knows? It might be the stablecoin. They don't have that many days left in Q3. Q3 is the planned release for the stablecoin. I gotta say though, this stablecoin, of course, also needs to launch. I think the launch will be more important than an announcement of a launch. So if it's only going to be an announcement of a launch that will come, and some people, this is pure speculation. I'm going to be very honest here. Pure speculation. Some people do believe that the USD1 stablecoin that's currently issued by WLFI, World Liberty Financial, is also going to be the official stablecoin of Cronos. It might become the new native stablecoin. I don't know exactly what the partnership there is. I don't think it will happen, but some people say it will. So let's wait and see. Let's wait and see. I'm waiting. Let's see Tuesday if they do any big announcements. Hey, Mr. Very, it's good to see you, sir. Good to see you. So while I see you here, Veries, I believe you sold CRO, right? You sold a lot of CRO. We haven't talked in a long time, so just guys, I'm going to get use this moment for Mr. Veries here. Thank you so much for scrapping in, but you became very bearish at some point. I don't know the exact reason anymore. Did anything change on that front? I'm just curious. I'm just very curious. Welcome again. Thank you so much for being here, supporting the channel. 6 months of membership, by the way. What do you think the burning will look like? QBA is asking. So far, for anyone who doesn't know, let me bring up the screen quickly. We do have a burning mechanism on Cronos. We do have a burning mechanism regarding the community pool burn. Community pool burn. Pool burn. I can't find it. There we go. So this is the current burning program for CRO. There's about $21 million worth of CRO still pending to be burned. But honestly, guys, it's already out of circulation. So we're still waiting for this to be burned. This is the current burn mechanism. You can see so far, they've done a burn in 2023, 2024, and also one so far in 2025. So I do believe they should do one very soon. This might also be a good announcement to bring up some hype again. So that might be one. And we also do have the expectation still for a burning mechanism based on price and block size. And I haven't got the data ready for you guys, but if you take a look at the actual Cronos chain, the block size has been increasing quite dramatically. And for anyone that doesn't know blockchain activity, the more activity that is happening on the blockchain, typically also the bigger the block size gets. So we're doing something on that front as well. It might be fake transactions. Sometimes if you take a look, for example, at Solana, the majority of transactions is basically fake on Solana. It's true. So unfortunately, guys, when the metric itself becomes a target, the metric itself becomes also very, very much diluted. So unfortunately, people take a lot of interest in how many transactions per second, how many, what's the value of DEXs going on, like in volume wise. Unfortunately, a lot of fake news on that front. Okay, quickly some comments here by Varys. So Varys sold it all because my family was growing and I wanted to take profit. I also didn't like the way the meme stuff was heading. I was up about 300% and now I'm accumulating again with monthly fee, card and fiat. Hey man, family first. Family always first. But what do you mean with the meme stuff? Do you mean like the Cronos memes? I understand. I didn't really participate in the meme stuff myself, so I'm still here. I'm glad to see you around. Best crypto YouTuber. You always look so professional and cool. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Really, thanks to people like Varys, guys, I keep doing this. I keep doing this. We have this Crowcast also. We got this Crowcast with Oscar Ramos and with Crypto Kip and Black Sea, and we're like, Coin Baron, how do you do it? How do you talk almost every day about only CRO? And I'm like, do you see all those other YouTubers talking every day about Bitcoin or about Ethereum? The same shit is also happening on Cronos. We have drama, we have upgrades, we have a crypto.com company announcing stuff all the day. And sometimes we have time to celebrate and sometimes we don't have time to celebrate. Like today, it's not a day to celebrate, unfortunately. I don't know again, guys. This might go either way. Like, in theory, it could go down to about like 21 cents. And if it doesn't hold, we might even go below 20. Potential scenario. But we could also do something like this here. Do you see this? We go down about... Oh. Let me keep this up here. We go below the 20-day, the 21-day. 1, 2, 3, 4 days. So what if... This is, again, pure speculation. Pure speculation here. If we... this is going to continue to the upside like this, give or take. If the next few days will be a bit like this, and out of nowhere we get one big candle to the upside again, we're back. Like, it can happen like that. It can happen like that. So the 21 days is not like the ultimate doom indicator. It's not the ultimate doom indicator. It isn't. Hey Blaze, welcome. Ricky Romero. Any way you're related to Nicky Romero, the DJ? Good to see you, sir. I bought Cronos at 7 cents, but still accumulating more at these prices. Good, sir. If you mind telling, what's your average, right? What's your average? Good buying opportunity on Cronos right now. Do you mean like the Cronos chain or Crow in general? I think like if you ask me, is it still a good time to buy a CRO? We have this monthly video, and I don't give any financial advice, by the way, but I say it's still worth to buy a CRO. And why do I say that? Take a look at the rainbow chart here. The rainbow chart is based on pure data. We're still waiting, of course, for any values in the higher tiers here, in yellow or red. But we're now in the blue zone. That still does mean we're undervalued. We're still undervalued, at least in my opinion so far. So CRO is still a good buy, and as long as we're below this dotted line, I think it's even a better buy. So for anyone that doesn't know, again, the rainbow chart, like if you bought here, perfect. This is like a 10 out of 10. You couldn't do any better. Oh, I can't draw. My handwriting, I say, but this is also a very decent period to be buying in as well. When we go here, it becomes a bit more risky, but you know, it's still blue. From this point onward, we are officially overvalued, but that happens also in Bitcoin, right? So I don't know if I can bring up the Bitcoin rainbow chart quickly, but also in the Bitcoin rainbow chart, we go into the red, we go into the yellow. Rainbow chart, there we go. There we go. Bitcoin rainbow chart, you can see here, this is the original one. We tend to go into the higher territories, we call it bubbles. Like the maximum bubble territory over here. They also have the hodl mode. They also have redrawn. So guys, of course, again, I need to make it very sure for you guys, like this is based on one cycle. It is possible that this cycle will not be like the previous cycle. I think it will. Typically things repeat more often than not, but potentially it's going to be wrong and I have to redraw it in the future. But so far, like it has held on quite well. Like the green zone has been holding on almost pixel perfect. Same as here, you can see again, we struggle at about this dotted line here, and also here we struggle at the dotted line. So far the rainbow chart is a good tool. It's been handy. Twisted is saying if we do drop to 22 cents, we will basically be down about 50%. Of course, if we go to like 90 cents, then we go down 50%. But yeah, you would have lost a lot of value. But I don't think it's over yet, guys. Again, we talked about this so many times. There are no peak indicators yet for Bitcoin. Bitcoin is still showing a lot of strength. And of course, like yesterday, Ethereum ran up. Yesterday, Bitcoin ran up. And CRO didn't follow. CRO did not follow. CRO actually is also down on the week. Well, most altcoins are up on the week, but we have to, of course, zoom out again. CRO is massively up. Get back to the altcoin season index. We bring this up here. You can see CRO is currently the number 3. The number 3 regarding gains in the last 90 days. Marcel is saying, trust your feelings. Trust your feelings and trust the data. I would actually say, Mr. Marcel, shut down the feelings. Buy and sell based on data points, not feelings. Be like a robot in that sense. Be like a robot. Today has been a rat day in general. It will be a 50% retracement of the previous rally we had. You mean the 1 to 39, right? According to Pete, CRO is oversold on the hourly currently. I think here we have a bounce before the final drop to 21 cents. Just my 2 cents. I think what is interesting, we talked about this, I think, in the previous video as well. If you go to the 4 hour, like I do like to take a look at like short-term charts. And if you take a look at the overall 4 hour chart here, what Pete is mentioning, when I'm below this dotted line, which typically means we're oversold, too many sellers, little buyers. And you can see here, we get a bounce every time we go just below that line. So I think also it would make sense if we get another bounce. But then, of course, we can continue dropping until we don't. Like, so at some point, the dropping is done. At some point, the dropping is done. Fitting crypto, this is just the beginning for CRO. This has been the pre-exercise. How do you call it when you do like a... Is it a fire drill? I think this is basically a fire drill. People are again awake of the potential of CRO. People are again seeing what can happen. I mean, the central exchange narrative is still very strong. Big Get token, BNB token, OKB token, all performing really strong. Also CRO, by the way. Marcel saying they might be trying to liquidate you. That's why they searched the border. I would like it, Marcel, if you could please do the English chat so people can read along. Some big news for Gemini. I have heard it, said Mr. Samurai. Did they actually do an IPO? Is the IPO live on the Nasdaq? It kind of went by without any notice. Like, no hype, nothing. I think it was on Friday. Let me check. Let me check if we can find if it was on Friday. Gemini IPO. Yeah, there we go. Gemini, the Winklevoss crypto exchange, pops up more than 14% on its Nasdaq debut. I do believe, though, it kind of also lost the complete premium in the first hours of trading. So that's a bit of a nothing burger. So it did happen, but I still remember when Coinbase went live, like the whole crypto industry was talking about Coinbase. Gemini, of course, is a lot smaller than also Crypto.com, by the way. Gemini is a relatively small niche company. They're making bank though, the Winklevoss brothers. They were so angry that they didn't get Facebook, but I think they're quite wealthy. I don't think you have. Yeah, I don't think you have to envy them. Hey, welcome, Cameron. CRO is going to 47 on the next jump in about 3 days after the Fed rate cut. If it's a 75% basis point drop. Chris is timing another release of some kind. Been accumulating CRO since MCO days. Holding millions and not selling. Well, sir, you have my respect. You have my respect. I have to say though, I don't really agree on the 75 basis point drop. Like, we're expecting. It would be the biggest surprise ever. If it happens, I think if we drop 75 basis points, we might spook the market a bit too much, but we're expecting at least to go back to about 4%. 96% chances. By the way, love the channel. Thank you so much. Good to see you, Cameron. Good to see some MCO OGs in the chat. You can't get everything, guys. You know, there are so many projects popping up left and right, and I think I might have heard about this little exchange called Monaco back in the days. I didn't get in, so I don't have any of the MCO cards, the original Monaco cards. So I started buying CRO back in 2019. I think my first buy was at about, I believe, at about 4 cents. At about 4 cents. So I'm quite well in profit now. But I'm not selling here at all. I'm not selling here at all. Is the 271 meme still around? It's now all about 212, Varys. Now all about 212. Yeah, Peter's right. So we were talking about the IPO for Gemini, and we were feeling zero hype. I think also what might have been the thing about that, Pete, is that Gemini, it's like the third or the second, I don't know. We do have multiple crypto companies now on the Nasdaq, and I do believe Coinbase was like the first. The first true big company going live on the Nasdaq. And also it was the peak. So everyone was talking about it. Everyone. What I'm seeing is that crypto exchanges become the next banks. I also believe that many of these exchanges also start to offer more services in a more traditional finance world. So yeah, it's kind of going in the hybrid mode. We also see Kraken wanting to go that route. Where you see Gemini, and also the opposite way. We also have got Revolut. We do have, for example, Robinhood going more from stocks into crypto, of course. CRO needs to hold the horses for the IPO. I don't believe, I talked about this earlier, I don't believe we'll see an IPO this cycle for crypto.com. I do not believe it. Samurai saying there was a big partnership with a sweet bullish interview. Are we talking about, what are we talking about? The Gemini IPO? We're talking about it, by the way. We mentioned it on Thursday, but I think actually I missed something quite big. I trust listing CRO, and apparently iTrust in the US is not an exchange in the traditional way. From what I have heard, at least, iTrust is a way to get your 401k in CRO, so you can actually get some tax benefits as well. And when I heard that, I was like, whoa, wait a minute. That's actually quite a lot bigger, because I'm a big fan, actually, of a big believer of passively investing into certain, stocks, or passively investing into certain commodities. And then we now have an option to passively go into, like, from your paycheck into CRO with tax deferred pluses as well. I think that's quite big. I have to find the news article again, but yeah, iTrust. I don't live, guys, in the US, so I miss a lot of these things, but I do believe it's quite big there. And I do believe that many countries have something like the 401k program, where you basically prepare for pension, your pension fund. iTrust Pro. It's called iTrust Capital. Let me check if I can find it, guys. So now I have Hype available, MakerDAO, and now we got Cronos right on time. Cronos now available at iTrust Capital. That's quite nice. That is quite nice. Peter's no feelings, all Vulcan mode, like Star Trek, all about the numbers. I like it, sir. I like it. Do you follow some bull market peak indicators? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We do. Yes, sir. One of my favorite, like, more visible ones is, for example, for Bitcoin. Bitcoin, by the way, is moving up again. We might go in the stream towards 116 again. Who knows? Who knows? One of my favorite indicators is the monthly RSI. The monthly RSI. So let me bring up that indicator. So you can see that every cycle so far, we have seen big peaks of the RSI. And I do believe that we are going to see something very similar again this cycle. It might be a bit lower. We might only like peak at 87 this time. So when Bitcoin goes to like these levels, it might be about 150 or 175, like people was talking about. When we get things like that, I'm going to start selling. Like this is a typical peak indicator. And when Bitcoin hits a peak, typically it takes some time for other altcoins to move. Because our expectation, guys, is that we'll see a peak. This is my expectation. Yeah, well, based on the previous cycle, we'll see a Bitcoin peak in about 4 more weeks, like the middle of October. Potential. And then a Crow all-time high like a week later, or maybe 2 weeks later. I think it will be a bit quicker this time around, because people are starting to assume that if we get like a Bitcoin all-time high, altcoins need to follow very quickly. I think the correlation becomes, especially now with altcoin season, a bit quicker. But let's see. It's honestly, guys, quite crazy. We've been talking about this for years, but now it is getting very close. Getting very close. The first time I think I showed you this chart was just before the halving. And the halving was here in April of 2024. And now it's almost done, according at least to this chart. So let's see. Let's see. Marcel's saying that they're going to look for the lowest point again. I'm really curious what the liquidation levels are for CRO now. I don't have a link open. I think there's a link on Glassnode. So I can actually take a look where the liquidations levels are for CRO specifically. And they might, you know, they make a lot of money on the way up or down, like exchanges do. And especially I've heard so many stories of Wintermute and BNB, or Binance, I mean. Binance, especially on the weekends, doing a lot of liquidations. So again, guys, it's also good to remember, it's weekend. It's weekend now. You see, nobody at Crypto.com is working. Nobody is really bull posting CRO anymore. No big announcement because all the companies are closed in the weekend. And also in general, less trading activity. So the weekend is a great prime opportunity to dump the prices. Or to pump the prices. Like low liquidity means easy pump or easy dump. Always happens. I don't remember exactly, but I also believe like this move here, the move to the upside. The move to the upside, I think also was on a Saturday, right? No, it was on a Thursday. Interesting. This was it again. Yeah, so we had another attempt at breaking about 33. That was at a Saturday. We had quite a good climb from about 26 all the way to 33. So about 26%. That's quite big, guys. That's quite big. 212 is also the area code of the New York business sector. Okay. It might be where the new Crypto.com headquarters will be, right? Well, CRO, by the way, Crypto.com has a headquarter now in Texas, in Tyler, Texas, so not in New York. But Fitting Crypto, where did you see this? Like they opened an office in New York? I haven't seen that myself. They of course do have, I think, the... Do you mean the new treasury company? The new treasury company might have officially be headquartered in New York. I don't know. Chris is saying, well, don't forget the CRO ETF is going to come out to us very soon. It might be in October. It's a good thing to actually bring up, Chris, because I haven't really seen a thing or two about this whole pending ETF. The crazy thing is, like, hey, the SEC is just simply not responding. If you take a look at the database from the SEC, and let me bring it up. SEC. I forgot the Edgar database. It's called the Edgar database. Edgar. There we go. So we've got the Edgar database. I think if you look for CRO, you might be able to find it. Cronos. Sometimes you have to look for a specific word. I think it's Canary Capital CRO. Okay, I will look at it as a different time, guys. But we haven't seen anything yet about the ETFs. I think that's a good topic for a video. Like any news, any more recent findings. Sometimes you really have to dig deep into like these filings because they have some hidden gems in there. They do have some hidden gems in there. Jack Rutter, welcome. Cronos is never hitting £1 ever. What's £1 these days, Jack? No clue what £1 is. Like, is it like $130? $130? What's a pound like these days, guys? 212 is the ultimate boss this cycle. It might be. It might be. Good to see you, sir. Matt Breezy. Do you think the CRO burn announcement will happen anytime soon? I'm I'm still, guys, planning this AMA with the Cronos Labs team, and this is my biggest question. Like, hey, what's happening with this whole burn thing? I mean, it's still in the white paper. Any hints? Any clues? I mean, we'll have an interview, guys, with the head of Cronos Labs, Mirko, and also with Emily. Has been promised for some time now. I'm going to message them tomorrow again, so the community deserves their interview. So yeah, I don't know, Matt Breezy. No alpha there yet. No alpha there yet. Hey, welcome. A long block of text, guys. It's hard to read sometimes. It's late. It's Sunday. One hard week of work. I've been making a lot of videos for you guys recently. So the UAE launched a 100 million YOTA fund and plugged it into their SEPA trade agenda. Japan's R&D agency is YOTA. Kenya. Okay, I don't really know anything much about this from YOTA. This is Mr. Protagonist. We are basically much focused about, you know, the general crypto market with Bitcoin and Ethereum. And if we're talking altcoins, typically we stick to CRO. We typically do that. I don't know much about YOTA. From what I've heard, what I still know though, I think it's been around for a long time, but I think it's basically flat. For shits and giggles, let's quickly take a look at YOTA. What is it doing these days? I think it's been made in like 2017. What's up with the price of YOTA? YOTA. Yeah, it's not looking that good, is it? Not looking very good, sir. No. It would have to break out of this like years old downtrend. It can happen, of course, because XRP also did it. But this is not looking very good in general. We need to stop hyping Cronos up. Well, honestly, Jack, it's simply sad undervalued at this moment. If we take a look at the overall bands here, like, it is still undervalued, so I think it deserves a bit of hype. Backed by data. I mean, it made a big move, but it's only child's play in the bigger potential there. Someone give a real prediction. Well, I do have one. Chris is saying, well, as we go to $2.71. Hey, Dara, good to see you, sir. We're never going to have a meme token called Coin Baron. Never. There's a whole thing, though, currently going on. You might have heard about the streamer coins or the content creator coins, guys. I would say stay away from them. If you want to lose money, well, go ahead. It's I think almost guaranteed to lose your money. So do not do that. Do not do that. No financial advice, but, you know, better to throw money into a fire burner than, I think, to put it into meme tokens like that. What? There's an AI channel that completely copies each of your videos? I find that funny. Isn't that... Wait a minute. Israel, isn't that like the coffee brew? Or the brew crew? I think they sometimes make some... I need to look for this. I'm really curious now. Anyone else seen this yet? Ay. AI crypto pulse. Okay. I need to take a look at that later. So thank you so much. I might have to report it, because if they make money of me, then I deserve that. It's my face, my copyright, guys. Do not do this. Sabadav's welcome. Good to see you, sir. Selling at about $2.18. It's kind of strange, though, that we always talk in dollar terms. Like, I kind of like that Jack is just, you know, going back to pounds. But yeah, I think the unfortunate truth, guys, is like the US dollar is the world reserve currency. And I wanna make one big, like, I wanna say a few things quickly about that. It is good to take some profit, ladies and gentlemen. I think it's great to take profits this cycle, but always think about the bigger picture. Like US dollars, euros, they're backed by basically nothing next to trust. Like nothing is backing the US dollar. So if you see real estate going up, if you see stock prices going up, it is not because it's the everything bubble. It's because basically fiat currencies are losing value every freaking day now. Every day, your money becomes worth less. And we've got to thank the governments for that because it's built in. It's like the mechanism has been built in to lose value over time. And sometimes the mechanism goes broke. It goes, oh, well, maybe 10% inflation this year. And then we go back to maybe 3 or 2 if we're lucky, right? But we're losing value every time. So if you're going to take profit, guys, if you're going to take profit, maybe think about putting it into assets that make your wealth grow even more instead of just, keeping it into US dollars. It might mean going back into Bitcoin at some point. It might mean buying a house, or it might mean starting a business. So think about that, guys. Make your exit plan. Do it now because, again, we talked about this. In theory, the cycle might be over very soon. I keep repeating this. We might have lengthening cycles, but I want to remind you guys that I think I made a video. I'm also continuing. I'm learning continuously. In the previous cycle, I made a video called the $4 bull case, and I still stand by a potential $4 bull case based on the BNB example. I don't think it's going to happen. I think $4 is quite, high up there. It's not impossible, but I think it's on the high end of possibilities. In that specific video, I was thinking still about lengthening cycles. Like lengthening cycles, that was one of the big narratives of last cycle. In the end, it wasn't really a lengthening cycle. Well, maybe a little bit, but not really. And also that cycle will talk about super cycles. And I think this time around, I learned my lesson and I'm not going to talk about lengthening cycles a lot anymore. I'm not going to talk about super cycles a lot anymore. I'm just going to stick to what we know. And if it changes, well, so be it. So be it. But let's stick to what we know. Let's stick to what we know. Stacey, good to see you, sir. Good to see you, sir. Also, Reba, good to see you, sir, as well. Strap in. Guys, don't forget to hit the like button while you're here. Don't forget to strap in. And if you are not yet on our Discord, check the Discord as well. It's available to anyone out there. You don't need to be a member. We can just have discussions there. We can talk, a lot of good discussion, healthy discussions. Also, price predictions from people. So join the Discord. It's all free. And if you're a member, we also do have the member exclusive channel there as well. All you got to do is link up your Discord to your YouTube. But okay. Did you see the announcement about the investment of $6.42 billion by Trump's business? Okay, so Peter's talking to Jack now regarding price predictions. Why would they burn the euro if they also printed it? That's yeah. Let's say it this way, varies. Tokenomics. Price go up. The thing is, like, we have the same mechanism kinda for Ethereum. Ethereum has no cap. Ethereum is printing into infinity, but the more we use it, also the more we're burning. The question though is, for Ethereum specifically now, is the Ethereum chain used enough to also burn the equivalent of what's being minted? That's the question, of course. So in theory also, ETH is inflationary until infinity, like the US dollar, like fiat currencies, but it has a cap. There's definitely a good cap on Ethereum because the staking rewards, I think it's a bit of a double-edged sword. So you only get about 4% staking rewards on your POS staking on Ethereum. So it's not as rewarding as staking on CRO, because if you stake CRO, you can get up to like 8% depending on when you stake. So CRO staking is great, but the more we stake, the more also inflation we do see. So it's a double-edged sword on that front. Israel is saying, I think a realistic price prediction will be around the previous all-time high. I think that's definitely realistic. I do agree there up front. CRO is still hovering at about 24 cents. Again, for anyone just coming in, we went below the 21-day. Sometimes that's a bad sign, because you can see here, we bounced on the 21-day, we made a big move to the upside. But again, it's also not like it's over, guys. Not like CRO's dead. Sometimes we go below it shortly. Sebedovs is recommending some do your own research. So Peter's saying like £1 is like $1.36 or about €1.16. I completely forgot how much value the dollar lost. Oh man, guys, I have to put up the DXY quickly, because it's again also showcasing how quickly the US dollar is losing value. It's like it's comical at this point, I would say. It is comical. I still remember when euro dollar was basically 1-to-1. You could buy €1 with $1. And really that spooked the market. But I think also, I don't know if you guys follow like the macroeconomic news. For example, France is in a bad position. I'm honestly feeling bad for all the people living in France, because yeah, politics is a mess there. And politics just can't get the things done that need to be done to fix the economy. Like good actual expense cuts. Let's see though. Godfather, welcome. Godfather sold, but he wants to buy back in. Samurai is saying $1 is bearish. It's bearish, sir. Marcel saying they want to get you out, that they don't want you to succeed. Don't blame how do you say that? Don't blame the players, blame the game. The APR percentages on cash will be another game changer. Nobody is talking about it. True that, Mrs. Messi. True that. If you get the card, up to 5%. It's really good. Good night, Israel. Good night. Johnny7. I still think locking up for an icy white is a good idea, in my opinion, if you're a long-term believer on CRO. I agree, but in general, I don't really like locking up a lot of stuff. So I agree if it's only a small percentage of your portfolio, right? I've been saying this, like, if the icy white is like max 20% of your portfolio, like 20% is your moonback, or maybe 10, depends on your risk, how risk averse you are. If that's about like 10% or 20%, it's okay. Do keep though also a bit of a flexibility, because sometimes you don't know. Like tomorrow you might be hit by a car, and I don't know. Be a bit flexible. I think it's good. I think it's good. Sometimes, guys, it's good to be liquid. Jack Rutter, what's your price prediction though, sir? Well, Jack, I do have a price prediction video, but unfortunately it's now only out, or fortunately it's out. It's live now. You can watch it on my YouTube video, on my YouTube channel, but you have to be a member. So it will be members first, and it will be gradually going live to the rest. So you have to be patient, sir. Or you have to buy a membership, one of the two. 212. I see everyone is saying 212. 212, sir. The thing is, guys, typically I don't really like to talk about prices. Or I like to talk about prices, but I have a big bag of CRO of myself, because I'm like a true believer. I'm basically all in. So every time I talk about a specific price, I need to make it very clear that, like, it's no financial advice. It's based on my personal fundamental belief regarding the potential. So you need to see it in the bigger picture, not just, you know, oh, this is his price. And also I think it's you know, it's like, of course people at Tesla will say Tesla's the best brand ever, like, but is it? Like, we need to of course see things from a objective point of view. What's up, guys? Don't forget to hit the like button, strap in of course for more videos. Tomorrow we'll do another video, I think. I don't know, do you guys have any requests for a video? Let me know. I do have some time, and that's also why next week, and let me quickly share it. So the hype has died down a bit. The hype has died down, but I got this thing. Soon we'll get a true unboxing here. So what is this? You know, I'm not really into, I'm mainly invested into CRO, but this is Solana. This is a phone, guys. I just got it into the mail not that long ago. This is the Solana Seeker, and it's a phone with a built-in wallet as well. So a hardware wallet. I don't really know if I would like to have a hardware wallet and a phone in one. I kind of like it to be separate because, well, yeah. What if you lose your phone? You lose your hardware wallet? Still, guys, I want to have my hardware wallet in my vault. Fireproof vault, and also backed up with some crazy stuff. Don't come looking, guys, and my vault is it's, you know, like I'm like a pirate. I have like treasure maps everywhere with little hints. No, but this is a phone. We haven't really talked about this yet. By Solana. It has 128 gigs, so less than an iPhone, but still it's quite cool. New concept. We're going to talk about it very soon, so stay tuned for that one. If nothing special is going to happen with CRO or with crypto.com, we're going to talk about this in detail in a new video, so be prepared. Let's see. I don't know. I think it's not really high end, so let's talk about it. Arthur, welcome. Good to see you, sir. You lost your belief in what? In short-term pumps and long-term pumps? What do you miss, sir? Explain. Sometimes no, let's not bring that up. Israel's planning to sell about the majority of credit, about $1, and put it all into the S&P 500. And I'm just thinking out loud here, Israel. Well, what if the S&P starts dumping as well? What if the S&P goes down, guys? I think there's a decent chance that the overall economy will get a bit of a slap in the face. The reason that we're gonna see a rate cut is not because the economy is doing so well. It's not because the economy is doing so well. I would say it's the opposite even. So short term, guys, the Fed rate cut will be great for crypto, will be great for the overall environment, but longer term, you got to think of the potential consequences. I'm not saying do not invest into the S&P. I think it's safer than CRO, like from the down. How do you say that? You will get like good interest. Not interest. You get. I need to name. You will get like quarterly earnings, so that's quite nice. Dividend, that's the word. Dividend. Samurai saying nobody has a crystal ball. Make your own exit plan. Trust nobody. Only trust yourself. That's the way to do it, sir. Do your own research. And it can be, guys, it can be part of doing your own research to be here in this chat, have discussions. It's part of doing your research because nobody knows, but sometimes some people have an edge. Sometimes they do. Lots of people staked at 8 cents and their coins are unlocked this week. Maybe one more week of red. If you are honest question, Anthony, like I know many people did the 20% earn, but would they really sell at this low price? Like, would you sell? If you have locked up for a full year, I think you're a dedicated CRO fan member. I personally would not sell at 20 cents. But let's see. Maybe you're right. Maybe you're right. I think typically the fear the fear for unlocks is worse than the actual unlock. That's typically how it goes. It's this case it's actually sell the rumor, buy the news. In this case. Somebody spam chat. Ah, don't spam the chat, guys. Don't. I missed it even. I'm still catching up, guys. I'm still catching up. Too many good questions today. I like the vibe. The vibe is good today, guys. I hope you like the music as well. Bit of 80s synthwave. CRO, guys, it's still going down. If you still don't know what's going on, why is the price going down, check out my video I made it yesterday. Why is CRO going down? Gives you a basic rundown of it. But yeah, it's not all over in my opinion. It's not all over. Today is a not the best day for alts in general. You see also that Ethereum is not doing too much. Yesterday though, it had a good run. And guys, I'm still believing also that like Ethereum needs to make a big ultimate. I want to see Ethereum above 5,000. I want to see Ethereum above 5,000. And maybe also retest it. So best case for Ethereum, I would like to see it like go to like 5,300, go back to 5,000, and then hopefully also see a bounce. And then at this point, I do expect like a full-on old school altcoin season. XRP Bully, welcome, sir. Just wondering, when staking for Ruby-Car, why don't it actually earn CRO for the staking? I don't know why. It's a decision by it's a decision by crypto.com. I don't know why they don't do that. Samurai has a staggered approach. He's going to sell between 60 cents and $2.12. Israel saying, "Well, I like the S&P, but I'm not gonna stick for the very long run. But I do believe it can achieve greatness." Talking about CRO. Chaotic is saying the unlock gets held. There's a unbonding period of about 36 days. Well, we actually have like a tool. I can't bring it up right now, Chaotic, but you can see that many people are going to unstake at about like next week, based on on-chain analytics. If CDC will cancel the unburn thing, CRO will easily break $1 the cycle. I think even with the unburn, again, I've talked about this many times, guys, like the actual impact now, this cycle of the unburn is literally none. Literally none. No sell pressure. No sell pressure at all. Nothing. Yet. That's an important thing to say, yeah, but if you take a look at the treasury company as well, if you take a look at the ETFs, everything is locked up for at least 1 year. So no, there can't be any sell pressure because all the additional minted tokens are not in actual circulation. And I believe it's somewhat, if you take a look at the market cap of the token, on the 17th there will be a new unlock. The market cap is fake. It's all fake. And it's, yeah, I don't like it, but it's the way how it works. It's the way how they measure stuff. And to be honest, CRO is not the only coin that's faking the market cap. Basically, the majority of tokens in the top 50 are somewhat faking the market cap. And I would say even Bitcoin should have a lower market cap, because so many tokens are lost. But of course, the question is, how many tokens are actually lost? How many tokens are actually lost for Bitcoin? XRP Bully is saying it will help us actually get higher in the ranks. True that, sir. True that. What's up? Hey, Michael. Good to see you, sir. When will CRO reach $1? October, November, December? Again, nobody has a crystal ball, but I'm looking for an all-time high in October-ish. Like the October time frame is all prediction based on the previous cycle. And so far, guys, it has been pretty spot on. Again, the start of Bitcoin at about the green line here, and at about the blue line, or the pink line here, the pink dotted line, the start of CRO Bull Run 2. That was in about April. And I think you can say that in about April we started this moon mission, right? At the lows. Since about April, we were up now 200%. So I do believe it is pretty much spot on. So if it's going to hold on being true, then soon we'll see an all-time high. So again, guys, strap in. It's not going to take long. It will be very short-lived, but it will be a hell of a lot of fun. If it's going to play out as I expect it to play out. Also seen here on... Let me bring it up. On the fractal. So I think somebody mentioned the fractal. I missed it. I missed the chat message there, but... I also talked about this in the recent video, guys, but you can see here that we're almost back on track again. We're almost back on track again with the 2021 fractal. Especially if you take a look at the daily. Give it a few more days. Like, if we wait a few more days, we're back on track here with this fractal. How many more days? Like 5? 1 week. Basically, we are 1 week too early for the fractal. So... Let's see. Maybe, guys, again, I have to remind you guys, on the 17th, next Wednesday, FOMC meeting will be very important. We will be live streaming. Oh, Chaotic, are you ill again? Or still? Chaotic, get well soon, miss. Get well soon. I really like that you guys have a discussion in the chat. Unfortunately, I cannot talk about a complete discussion, but I think it's healthy. Again, I love a discussion. Nobody has the exact truth. And I'm going to be also very honest here. We have many backholders here in the chat as well. So the opinions will be very painted. But I think from my experience with the chat here, like the majority has at least some decent bit of experience, and also they have seen the pain and also the potential. Mega production. Wait. Why do you need to burn when cross a limit of about 100 billion? They don't have to burn, but they can. Good to see you, Mega. It's part of their white paper. They want to have a mechanism in place to help the CRO token, like Ethereum also has. And to give a bit of explanation there, the more activity on Ethereum, the more they also burn. So they want to see if we have more activity on the chain, they also want to burn more CRO tokens. That's kind of the overall idea that is shared in the white paper. When, how exactly, nobody knows. It's all about potentials, but we have to wait and see. We have to wait and see there. Deep Soul, welcome. This is brutal. Are you talking about the price action now? Yeah, we just went below the 21 day. It's painful. Chaotic, I'm glad I choose the indigo over the jade green. It's such a pretty color. Whoa, did it arrive? Did it already arrive home? Chaotic, that's really nice. Enjoy. Chaotic is still waiting for the Solana Seeker video. Soon. I've got to request videos about CRO. What was the catalyst for the previous all-time hype at about 2021, and what will need to happen this cycle to reach the same hype and potential even pass it? That's actually a good topic. Like, revisit 2021. What happened then? I can do that. It's a good one. We can talk about that. Give you a quick sneak peek. It's Crypto.com Arena. It's Matt Damon. If you're gonna sell all your CRO, keep it cash and wait a bit. Work wonderful for me. Sometimes, guys, all you gotta do is get some cash. But again, don't keep your cash too long, because in the longer term, cash can be worthless. Are we done for? No, sir. We aren't done for. No peak indicators yet. No peak indicators yet for Bitcoin, for Ethereum, neither for CRO. We do need a bit of a break, though. So potential pain in the short term, I am not going to lie about that. But again, we don't know for sure. It can be a very short amount of pain. You can see here, right? Sometimes we're only like oversold for 4 days and then it's back in action, right? I think many people thought it was over here too. Like we went down quite a bit in August. Additional 12%. Ouch. But we recovered quite quickly. Sabadovs, wow. Going to build my second home, thank God. What's your plan? I want to start a business, Saba. I want to start a business. So, let's see. Justin, please let this be my final dip for my mental health. I think it can be, sir. I like we talked about, like it can be over any minute now. The whole bull market, right? We don't have much time left. It's been a good cycle so far. Bitcoin started its uptrend also quite early, like respectively to the previous cycles. I still remember when I said to a friend of mine, like, probably I missed the bottom, right, for Bitcoin, but I said to a friend of mine, probably this is the last time you can buy below 20k. I think you said it about here. The last time you can buy below 20k, and it was right. Did I buy Bitcoin? No, I didn't buy Bitcoin. I bought CRO. It's fine though, guys. Like Bitcoin, you can't get everything perfect. You can't get everything perfect, right? It's all about timing in the end, and nobody times perfectly. Nick Watson, economy is doing terrible. People can't barely afford basic necessities. People protesting worldwide, multiple wars, inflation still ongoing. People just can't afford money to invest in crypto currently. I don't know. If I take an honest look, like everyone is complaining around me, but if I take a look at the restaurants, if I take a look at the amusement parks, if I take a look at the cinema, like people are still spending money like crazy. It's getting worse, but at least to me, it still feels like people have enough to spend. But because everything looks so expensive, it's like easy to complain about it. But we also don't have to forget, like many salaries have gone up. I don't know, it might be worse in your region, but here in the Netherlands, at least, Mr. Nick, it feels okay. It feels okay. But I've been fired myself, so I know the experience. I know it can be hard, you know, to make ends meet. Let's see though. Guys, it's been a good stream so far. Let's quickly talk about the final chart. We're gonna have a weekly close very soon, in about a few more hours. So Bitcoin is looking very strong. I think that's the most important takeaway here. Let me go to the weekly chart. So we're gonna close the week. We're gonna close the week here, just above this pattern, above this megaphone pattern here, this broadening wedge. So this is honestly very, very, very good for Bitcoin. I'm not gonna lie, it's how it is. If it's going to stay like this the next 3 hours, Bitcoin might get ready for a next leg to the upside. And I do believe, like if Bitcoin starts moving very quickly, like up to 120, 125, Ethereum will make moves to like 5k. And I do believe the CRO will follow, even though it was quite painful the last few days. We know it can move really quickly. We know now, right? There is a little support. There's also a little resistance, guys. Take a look at the order books. We can make moves very quickly. Is this a good weekly close? Well, below 25 cents, but also still above 20 cents. So overall, I would say this guy is going to be a decent weekly close for CRO. Going to be a decent weekly close. Again, Wednesday is going to be monumental. Wednesday, FOMC meeting. I will be streaming this, guys, live. 8 o'clock Amsterdam time. Let's say in about exactly, what does it say here? I will be live a bit before this. So check me out, guys, in about 2 more days, 21 hours, 44 minutes and 20 seconds. So be there, be square. It will be, I think, there will be a lot of different waves to the up and to the downside. So I think it will be a lot of fun. Be there or be square. Having said that, guys, if you have any more questions or requests for the video, we've got one now about Israel. Let me know in the comments down below or in the Discord. Link to the Discord is in the description. We have discussions there like 24/7, so join there. Hit the like button as well and strap in because the fun is just getting started. Guys, have a good one. Enjoy, and talk to you guys later. Bye.